Pakistan, not since today, they hate them since 1947. Go back into history, and that is the reason they hate them. And throughout, this is the biggest sore point to Pakistani. What is their strategy? As on date, it is Afghans and Afghan army. Okay, because today, yes, Taliban, the government is there, but the people of Afghanistan, I'm now referring to the people of Afghanistan and also the Afghan army, which actually most of them are now part of this the new army. The people of Afghanistan hate Pakistan not since today, they hate them since 1947. Go back into history, and that is the reason they hate them. And throughout, this is the biggest sore point to Pakistani. What is their strategy? Let's analyze the Pakistan strategy. Let me tell you, their fears are only two, and based on that two fears, it is a strategy. One is Durand Line should not be awakened. The issue of Durand Line should not be awakened by the people of Afghanistan. So, therefore, what was the strategy? Their strategy was to weaken them in every possible manner and keep them illiterate and uneducated so that they keep fighting. So they use them as mujahids against the Russians and everyone, and thereafter against the International Security Assistance Force. So Afghans have been seeing bloodshed and warfare since last 40 plus years. So Pakistan has achieved their aim so that the people cannot rake up the issue of Durand Line. Number two concern was a strong India on one side and a strong Afghanistan on one side is going to be devastating for this nation. And they always feared that we will just engulf them and finish them off. So what was the strategy? They started weakening them in every manner. And let me tell you, Afghan army way back in 60s and 70s was one of the most potent and powerful armies. They were being equipped by the Russians. And because of that, and of course, India was so strong and we were also allied with Russia. So both sides, the weapon systems were there, and therefore what they did, they brought in Islamic radicalism, injected Islam in the madrasas and got these people and transformed them and, jihadi war and everything they started. So on that front, they were successful. And in 1984, they started raking up the issue of Pakistan, the Punjab, so that Indian armed forces, when we have to fight, and of course through Kashmir, that we have problems there. So they have been very clever people. And the same clever people today are being paid by the people of Afghanistan back in the same coin, because when I was there in Afghanistan, Afghan Taliban, when I used to meet them, they used to tell me one thing very clearly. General Saab, this ISI and Pakistan has exploited us. They have divided us. We have understood the strategy. Now we want to hit them back. We expect moral support from India. This they used to always tell me. So what does that imply? That today all the targets of ISI, the Pakistan army, the nerve headquarters, everything is known to Pakistan Taliban and their regular forces. So therefore today for them to hit them back, there are a number of ways. Conventionally, yes, it is not possible. But then in the guerrilla warfare, in the terrain is such. And let me tell you, on one side is in the southern side, Kandahar side is the Baluchis. And in the, of course, northwestern frontier province, which is now the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, are the Pashtuns. So the border areas are totally aligned with the Afghans. So this is why what I would reiterate, that the stage has come that Pakistan will bleed and they will cease to exist as a nation in the short run. And I think India today also has a major role. What can India do? India can do the following. Number one, we need to recognize Taliban. All said and done, today Russia has recognized and we need to do it. We are siding with
China
the people
is also recognized.
Yeah,
China is also recognized.
Yeah, and we are siding with Afghan people.